Look at the time now.
Hey!
Gather up the book, pop in the DVD, sit back and enjoy the super awesome BVM. Yar! How's it going, bookworms, filmsters? I'm Katana, and welcome back to another BVM. And I'm not going to beat around the bush for this one. This is going to be a non-sponsored question I'm going to ask you guys. But who's ready to go see BFG this week? The BFG, or Big Friendly Giant, is a Disney flick that follows the story of a little girl named Sophie who befriends a giant. And that's all I could really say about it. I mean, I didn't know one damn thing about this movie or its background. I think I spent a good bit of time looking at what BFG stood for. Blue Fire Giant? Bill Franklin Goose? Book films galore? Okay, that last one was kinda real. I mean, it was one of those alternative names I had for this channel. Can you imagine? When I finally decided to look this up, I learned that this was adapted from a book. A children's book. But not just any children's book. A children's book from one of the greatest authors out there. Roald Dahl! God, I hope I said his name right. Roald Dahl is definitely a respected man. I mean, he served in the Royal Air Force during World War II, worked at the British Embassy in Washington, and even got to meet another well-known novelist, C.S. Forester. This guy is really well-rounded. So, in the spirit of the Big Friendly Giant coming out, why not do an episode covering one of his beloved works? Today, my fellow friends, we'll be reviewing the fantastic Mr. Fox. The plot of the story is simple as it sounds. It follows the tale of a fox who robs from 3 distinctive farmers every day to keep his family well fed. One day, all the farmers work together to entrap Mr. Fox at his own home, driving him and his family deep into the ground. The farmers start staking out the Fox family while the poor animals are left to starve. This goes on until Mr. Fox gets a brilliant plan to dig his way into each farmer's territory and gathers enough food to prepare a feast, as if it was like any other day. Your typical Predator vs. Prey story. So tell me, who are the characters? Mr. Fox, of course, is our cocky hero who has all the answers. Doing this for a while, he knows all the tips and tricks that outsmart the farmers. You know, before they formed an alliance. The 3 farmers aren't that hard to distinguish either. Bogus is the fat chicken farmer who eats 9 boiled chickens every day. Bunce is the small-tempered duck and geese farmer who can't swim in shallow pools. Bean is the lean apple and cider farmer who lives on the drinking diet and becomes the brains of the 3 farmers. Mrs. Fox is a supportive wife and mother. The 4 Fox children are supportive too. The Badger has one angry second blaming Mr. Fox for the trouble he's caused, but then instantly becomes supportive to the plan, even after having doubts. Yeah, aside from Mr. Fox and the farmers, the other characters are kind of like cheerleaders who follow Mr. Fox's every move. But then again, it is a kid's book, and a simple one is that, so it's excused. To start with what's great about the book, the story is pretty real. Kinda like Coraline, Dole Raw doesn't beat around the bush with moments like gun shooting, active animal hunting, the point of starvation. Even our good old hero gets his tail shot off. So embarrassing, am I right? And also, the book takes a second between the farmhouses for Badger to question the morality of stealing, which is a pretty good topic to introduce kids, and Rawl gives Mr. Fox a good set of reasons for what he's doing. The farmers are trying to kill him and leaving his family to starve underground. When worst comes to worst, the desperate situations can sometimes be the best. Even before the entrapment, Mr. Fox was just doing his natural instinct as the provider. This whole chapter was really interesting, especially when Badger puts his head on Foxy's shoulder and says he loves him. Come on, man. You both have wives. Let's not turn this into some Brokeback Mountain situation. And now we reach my one problem with this book. For me, I don't believe there was enough challenges for the second half. I mean, it's all blown on the farmers pushing the foxes deep underground, and at the end with Mrs. Bean in the cider cellar. Most of it was just smooth sailing once Mr. Fox gets his idea to rob. The first 2 farmhouses didn't even pose enough obstacles for him to be concerned for. Really, Mr. Fox seemed so fantastic because he just had one good idea, and lucky enough, nothing bad seemed to cross him achieving that goal. A little less fantastic, and a lot more lucky. But that was my only complaint. The story was short, yet charming, and does create a memorable character. I think that's enough talk for the book portion. Now, let's check out the stop motion adaptation to the fantastic Mr. Fox. Wow, that was actually really fun to say. So the movie begins with the infamous quote the book had on describing the three farmers, and it definitely feels a little cold since there was no music or tune to read this with, like someone forgot to put that in. Hell, I would even took kids singing to this, anything to break this uncomfortable silence. Oh my, what a quiet scene. Oh, why is this on my screen? What a nerve-wracking time, like I witnessed a crime so chilling to my bruising spleen. Jumping over that, we literally get into the story by seeing Mr. Fox himself leaning on a tree, eating an apple, and waiting for his love, Mrs. Fox.
What'd the doctor say?
Nothing. Supposedly it's just a 24-hour bug. He gave me some pills.
I told you he probably just ate some bad gristle. We take the shortcut or the scenic route?
Whoa, hold the phone. What's all this talk about doctors? Who's sick? No one should be sick. This book ain't about sickness. Am I sick? So, the two foxes walk towards the farm, and after some slick flirtation moves, they engage in a pretty entertaining sneaking scene, managing to steal some tasty poultry.
Hey, it's a fox trap. Look at this.
No, get away from there.
Is it spring-loaded? Move out of the way, darling. That's right where it's gonna land.
Don't. Let's go.
No, it just falls straight right down. Whew.
Yeah. Mr. Fox was supposed to be clever and smart, right? And I wouldn't think he'll be this cocky to activate a trap on his own. While they're trapped, Mrs. Fox tells Mr. Fox that she's pregnant and that he should find a different line of work. No, seriously, it happens within the matter of seconds.
I'm pregnant. If we're still alive tomorrow morning, I want you to find another line of work.
Okay.
The old ball and chain. You couldn't let me enjoy the freedom of a fox a little longer than 5 minutes, could you, movie? I got you. 12 Fox years later, the story is finally set in motion, and this is where I begin to worry, because here the dialogue does not seem fitting for a children's story. Sure, they are somewhat cute taxidermy animals, but their dialogue takes all that away. And here's what I mean about that. Hold on.
Well, my darling, what should it be this time? A plump chicken from Bogus, a duck or a goose from Bunce, or a nice turkey from Bean?
Does anybody actually read my column? Your friends ever talk about it?
Of course. In fact, Rabbit's ex-girlfriend just said to me last week, I should read Foxy's column, but they don't get the Gazette.
A fox can dig quicker than a man. No one in the world can dig as quick as a fox.
Obviously, it's first growth, indigenous, original dirt floor, good bark, skipping stone hearth, as you can see.
It's what all the kids are talking about these days. Ain't that right, Mr. Fox? Exactly my point. After whining about wanting to live on the surface, Mr. Fox looks into the iconic tree on the hill, being given a tour of the place.
Good. This is Kylie. He's the super. He's a little,
What's in the bucket, Mr. Kylie?
See what his eyes look like? Kylie? Kylie!
Huh? Just minnows. Try one?
Certainly, thank you.
No, don't just skip over it. I mean, are you even going to explain yourself? I mean, I know you just said he's a little, but... I really feel like I'm on drugs right now. Mr. Fox takes a look out of the window to see the landscape of the three farmers, Bogus, Bunce, and Beans. He gets more information from his friend Badger, who works at a law firm. Just roll with it. He explains the three farmers pretty well. Bogus is a wealthy fat man, Bunce can't swim in shallow waters, and Bean is a lean, mean, thinking machine. They even have a song to sing about these farmers. Wait a minute! So this movie did have a song. What? Was there just some big vote to leave the opening quote to the crickets? With a little arguing and cussing, Badger buys a house for Mr. Fox, and as the audience goes through a fixer-upper scene, the family finally settles into their new home. Are we not going to get 4 legitimate children from Mr. Fox? I feel like that's the direction this movie's going by now. But I'll have to hand it to the movie. They did supply this kid Ash with a lot more personality than the original 4 had combined. You see earlier that Ash and Mr. Fox don't get along quite so well, but now when cousin Christopherson comes into the picture, things start to become a rivalry for the father's affection.
Watch this, Dad!
Oh, well. Good jump, Ash. Remember to keep your tail tucked. Woohoo! Woo! Whoa! Look at that. This kid's a natural. I'm speechless, Christopherson. Plus, he knows karate.
I took animal studies before, and if there's one thing foxes love, it's karate!
And my lord, they made this kid look like a golden child compared to Ash. How is he supposed to compete with a nice, sweet, and innocent fox like this?
Do you mind if I slide my bedroll slightly out from under the train set? It's hard to sleep in that corkscrew position.
Here, take my bed. I'll just, I'll crawl under the bookcase. Who cares if I get splinters in my ears?
Never mind.
Oh, you gonna pout about it? Because I've had it up to here with the sad house guest routine.
Ash gives no fucks.
Meanwhile, we start going deeper into Mr. Fox's brilliant plan to invade Bogus's chicken farm with the laid out blue sheet and laced blueberries. I would complain how this interesting heist is quickly cut to elementary chemistry, but I can't deny any moments between Ash and Christopherson. It's just too good.
I like your ears.
Mine?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
You're supposed to be my lab partner.
I am.
No, you're not. You're disloyal.
Damn. This whole rivalry thing is getting to the point of choosing sides. So crazy.
And now the master plan side A is in commence, with them jumping the electrocuted fence, drugging the beagle, the possum Kylie learned to be savage, and more dog drugging. It would have worked perfectly if it wasn't for just one thing.
Alright, what's the master escape plan?
Follow me again.
I mean, all that time and effort into trying to find a legitimate safe escape can obviously be put into better use. Like for instance, practicing that little tongue click thingy you got going on. There you go. That's the one.
And there's not even a plan to attack Bunce's farm the following night. They just go in and rob the balding shrimp. And as Mrs. Fox gets more suspicious of all this food coming her way, it's time for round 3 between Ash and Christopherson.
Ash, come out. You need a breather.
Oh, what? Come out? What? I still feel good, Coach. Let me finish this eighth.
No, come on. Step out. Step out. Let's go.
Divide that by 9, please.
Yeah! Woo! That's the first time this kid's ever swung a whack bat? He really is your father's nephew, isn't he?
And who was I to believe that this subplot wasn't going to have young love?
We're going steady.
So after one delicious stolen meal, Mr. Fox tells Mrs. Fox that he and Kylie are going to a book party, when in reality, they're going to rob from Bean. He rejects his son, invites his nephew, as any father would do, and invades the cider cellar.
Y'all are trespassing now.
Oh my lord, it's Rat Waldo. The legends were true. I can't even believe it. He really does exist. Who knew?
The rat confronts the 3 trespassers, acting as Bean's security, which is not correct. In the book, he was just as much as a thief as a typical rat would be. Mr. Fox engages in a knife fight before knocking Mr. Rat into the apple trap. Mrs. Bean then comes down to collect some cider, forcing the animals to hide. Avoiding being caught, Mr. Fox and friends successfully rob Bean's farm.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, was the fantastic Mr. Fox. I hope you guys all enjoyed it. What? Whoa. Why all the booing? I mean, it's over, right? Robbing the 3 farmers were the last events that the book took place. So obviously, the book has to end there. Right?
Well, of course not. We're just now getting to the meeting between the 3 farmers, and to be honest, I like how these chain of events were set up. The book had it where we know right off the bat that Mr. Fox is stealing from these people, but the movie actually shows us the progression of how he actually became public enemy number 1.
Right now, I'm just super curious as to how this new ending is going to be.
Mr. Fox and Kylie get caught by Mrs. Fox the following night, and making things more suspicious, the three farmers stake out Mr. Fox's tree and start shooting wildly, resulting in the tail being shot off, and immediately the house is being dug out.
Well, I gotta give them this. These farmers do not wait around.
The animals dig far down enough to escape the farmers, and Mr. and Mrs. Fox engage in a bit of a spat in their marriage.
You made a promise to me while we were caged inside that fox trap that if we survived, you would never steal another chicken, turkey, goose, duck, or squab, whatever they are. And I believed you. This story is too predictable.
Predictable, really? What happens in the end?
In the end, we all die.
Oh, and the terror doesn't stop there. The next day, the heavy tractors come into play, forcing the animals to dig even deeper. Mr. Fox tries to make peace with Ash, but that always seems to go south.
Hey, look at him dig. Anyway, I'm sorry if you're feeling.
You know what? I'm gonna just put dirt in my ears.
And this continues on to the next round of Ash v. Christopherson.
I don't have beagle ticks, by the way. Apparently that's what you've been telling everyone. Beagle ticks and pelt lice. Look, Ash, we may or may not ever see the light of day again, but I really like Agnes, and I think she likes me.
Great. Well, she's a free agent. What do I care? What's the point of sitting on the floor with your legs twisted into a pretzel talking to yourself for an hour and 45 minutes? It's weird. Worry more about what that does for your reputation than whether or not you have beagle ticks or not.
I don't. Nor pelt lice.
You got some false rumors being thrown around here, a little bit of jealousy over there. Honestly, this feud just keeps getting better and better for my taste. Whoa, okay. Just what in the Calamity Sam are you gonna do with that?
Contact!
Jesus, yo! Things didn't have to go that extreme, did it?
Actually, no. It became extreme when the three farmers combined all their workers to become snipers to starve the fox out. And just the fox. As for Kylie...
But I don't think I can last more than another couple of hours before I get completely dehydrated and starve to death.
Well, survival of the fittest, am I right? One possum's body is another fox's lunch.
Trouble seems to dig deeper as Badger and friends find Mr. Fox and confront him for bringing all this madness upon them. Families cooped up in mines, moles wanting daylight, it's just terrible.
We don't like you and we hate your dad. Now grab some of that mud, chew it in your mouth, and swallow it.
I'm not gonna eat mud.
Cuss, yeah, you are.
I can fight my own fights.
No, you can't.
And Christopherson continues to take the lead. Ash better step up his game if he wants to be the better son.
So, not wanting his corpse to be mounted on the wall, Mr. Fox starts his magnificent idea by sending Mrs. Fox to help Mrs. Badger while the rest of the animals rob the exact same farms again, but in a matter of 2 minutes with a rockin' banjo song.
They're still singing zippy-zee, zappy-za, yappy-yo.
What are you singing, Petey?
Just making it up as I went along, really.
That's just weak songwriting. You wrote a bad song, Petey.
Wow. No, really, wow. I mean, who knew? Who really knew that Bean was such a soulless dream killer?
Mr. Fox and the man come back from stealing basically everything, pissing Bean off. With some background mole music, the animals are preparing for a feast as another round begins between Ash and...
I just had a brainstorm for something fantastic I've got to do, but I can't do it alone.
What's the brainstorm?
In a nutshell,
Uh-huh.
we're gonna steal back my dad's tail.
Whoa.
Wait a minute. Am I witnessing an alliance? More importantly, am I witnessing a second plot point? Book, I don't know what to say. Your story. It's over. Huh, you can go home now. Oh, that's better be good.
Ash and Christopherson sneak into Bean's kitchen looking for the tail, but they're quickly distracted by yummy treats, allowing them to be seen by Mrs. Bean. Ash escapes, along with just Christopherson's shoe. Meanwhile, the feast begins as Mr. Fox tries to make a toast before Bean's next plan comes into action, flooding the creatures with apple cider. They seem safe, and Ash reunites with his parents, letting them know that Christopherson is missing.
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. All that karate and yoga you've been learning up to now, not gonna be helpful. No, I said my prayers.
What comes next is a real sentimental moment for our hero. He confesses his mistakes, admits his feelings of always trying to be, dare I say, fantastic, and that he's willingly ready to give himself up for the rest of his friends and family.
Looks like this selfish predator has finally come to terms with his life. Well done, Foxy. Well done.
We see Christopherson trapped in the red crate, while Badger leads some of the animals to look for him. They run into Ratwalder for a second time, delivering a ransom note for Mr. Fox. Ash comes out, revealing who he is, and Rat tries to kidnap him. He's briefly stopped by a kinky mother, but she's no match for the filthy Rat until Mr. Fox comes to the rescue. They duel out long enough until Rat becomes electrocuted. And there he goes, off to hide within the rat angels in the big blue sky.
I'll find you once again, my dear friend. In the afterlife.
After that touching moment, Mr. Fox goes into this somewhat inspiring yet rambling speech about each animal's scientific name and how they should be more special than they actually are. And once inviting them to join the fight, how do they respond?
Thank you.
Then the animals are given their roles. The mole can see in the dark, Badger is good with explosives apparently, and the kids are on janitor duty.
You see, when we all come together, we can make a pretty kick-ass furry community.
Mr. Fox makes an arrangement with the farmers to meet at the cobbler's shop at 10 where he will give himself up for Christopherson. And when the clock strikes 10, all hell breaks loose.
Oh, nature's anarchy at its finest.
With the town burning, Mr. Fox, Kylie, and Ash use this time to get on the motorcycle to go for Christopherson. They sneak into Bean's farm, into the annex, and walk far enough to reach Spitz, the rabid beagle.
Give me a blueberry.
What?
Blueberry.
You didn't say
You forgot the blueberries? I did say it. I wrote it on your paw.
Yeah, it's written on the front of your phone.
Kylie.
Mr. Fox handles the dog on his own, allowing Kylie and Ash to find Christopherson. Being the smallest, Ash enters alone, and with some quick karate training, he manages to screw up the chop and accidentally releases his cousin. On Mr. Fox's side, he tries to sway the dog with a squeaky toy, and, well, let's just say he's lucky to have lost his tail.
It literally could have became Watership Down. Just like that.
They all regroup and try to make the great escape, but the three farmers and their mob surround the exit.
Your tractors uprooted my tree. Your posse hunted my family. Your gunman kidnapped my nephew. Your rat insulted my wife, and you shot off my tail. I'm not leaving here without that necktie.
Kill him!
Well, that totally went as planned.
In a quick instinct, Ash decides to act on his own, pulling off incredible stunts to break the lock, releasing the rabid dog on the farmers. He's made his dad proud, given the more legitimate mask, and they all ride out. They even get to meet the wolf that Kylie's been mentioning throughout the film. Anyways, the farmers continue to stake out the fox over the manhole, while the animals settle into their new home in the sewers. Mr. Fox leads his family up another manhole, only to discover a supermarket on the other side. And that isn't even the best part.
I'm pregnant again.
Now this is good timing.
And with one wild dance scene, the camera zooms out of the supermarket, ending Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Now, between today's book and movie, there's obviously a lot of differences dealing with the changes in story and elements. I would give this to the book since the events that took place in the movie did kind of jump around and change some stuff, but then again, it all can't just be based on plot points. So, movie wins!
This really surprised me because when I saw the trailer for this movie, I couldn't care less. I didn't care who Mr. Fox was and what he was doing. The only thing that caught my attention were the big names in this film. George Clooney, Meryl Streep, Bill Murray, Owen Wilson. The only interpretation I got from it was, oh, this movie's not that great, just watch it because these famous people are in it.
And boy, I couldn't be any more happy to be proven wrong. This movie was, dare I say it again, fantastic go.
Though I will call fault on it for one pretty major factor, dialogue. I made a little joke about it earlier, and I'm pretty sure most of you can agree that this is not the best matchup for a children's story. The majority of the humor derives from the witty conversations and awkward situations that's more suited for an older audience. I don't think a kid is going to laugh with the crowd and say, I totally understand this intellectual statement.
So in terms of sticking to the voice of the book, it's not really aimed for kids. Does it overall make it a bad film? Not at all.
First off, the stop motion animation is unbelievably appealing. At first, the movements did seem a bit weird for me, and at some points, scary.
I'll give you that turkey if you stop smiling like that.
But seeing the movie in its entirety, it gave me enough time to appreciate the art style that followed. Also, I read somewhere that the background design and layout was a homage to Grey Missenden, where Roald Dahl lived. Super cool of them to do that.
And I can't overlook how well this movie expanded on the characters.
Mr. Fox isn't just a simple critter with all the plans. He goes through this midlife crisis about missing the days of stealing, and that in turn creates a problem that drags him and the family and friends into trouble, leading the complicated story. The one I was really impressed with was Ash. There weren't 4 kids as the book had, but with just this one, we get this whole subplot from a misunderstood kid who tries to find an identity for himself and fights for the love of his father.
If you look real hard enough, you can find some meaning in it.
But the greatest thing about this movie is that it changed my mind about the ending message. The book seemed to end things with a very vague ending, not a successful win against the farmers and them having to live underground for the rest of their lives. But this movie takes us through a process that makes living below the surface an okay thing. From the very beginning, Mr. Fox complains about living in the dirt and wishes to take his family towards the surface. It's not until the future events that he sees the good living underground and becomes more appreciative of it when the animals are making ends meet in the sewers. With this kind of context supporting the movie's plot, the ending is a lot more charming than the book. Although it doesn't necessarily follow the book all the way, Wes Anderson's adaptation surely deserves its positive ratings.
And with that said, those are my final thoughts on Fantastic Mr. Fox. And if that doesn't suit you, well then, read the book, watch the movie, and make your own opinions. I'm Katana, and The Big Friendly Giant comes out July 1st. I don't know why I said that. That's not a promotion. I'm not being paid to say it. I'm just bringing some awareness that The Big Friendly Giant comes out the 1st of July. I said it again. I'm still acknowledging it. Why am I doing this? It is not why am I still talking? Video's already over. Peace.
Hey guys, just wanted to say thanks again for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then why not click on one of the 2 subscribe buttons for future entertainment? Not into talking animals? Well, maybe talking aliens will cheer you right up in my last review of I Am Number 4. Got a book/movie review you'd like to see one day? Well, leave it in the comments below and I'll be sure to check it out. Until the next video, I'll be singing that catchy tune. Bogus Bunsen Bean, one fat, one short, one lean, these horrible Well, shit. Gotta go. Bye!